Just when you thought you had seen it all in the killer doll genre comes M3GAN. She's much more than a toy, she's family, she has killer dance moves, a sadistic personality that makes Chucky look like a choir boy, and this movie is as humorous as it is twisted, so let's get into it.
I won't let anything harm you. Ever again. It's nice to have a friend.
Hey, what's up guys? Thank you so much for stopping by the channel. I'm Anthony DeJoya. This is Movies Never Say Die. Today we're diving into M3GAN, and I must say, this movie was much more entertaining than I expected it to be. It does have some flaws that I think do hinder its overall potential, but I walked out of the theater with a smile on my face, and that's considered a success. Now, admittedly, it is a familiar setup. We meet Gemma, played by Allison Williams. She's a robotics engineer for a toy company who builds this lifelike doll with artificial intelligence called M3GAN. Her young niece, Katie, played by Violet McGraw, has recently lost her parents in an accident, so she comes to live with Gemma. She quickly builds a connection to M3GAN. Then, of course, M3GAN begins to take on a mind of her own. She becomes uncontrollable, and from there, the killing begins. And yes, it's all basic, but there are some quality elements to it that are built onto this structure to make it very easily engaging. First being the twisted sense of humor that I think really lures you in from the opening scene. The self-awareness in this film is on point. The movie embraces this, and it infuses the swift runtime with a ton of comical moments. M3GAN is given just a merciless personality that gives the character a lot of life. She's a complete wild card, and I think this can easily keep you locked in to see what she's going to say or what she's going to do next. Also, young Katie is dealing with a tragic loss, and I thought this movie was compelling how it kind of navigated her friendship with M3GAN and how it explored how she relied on her to deal with her grief. It creates an interesting dynamic between Katie, M3GAN, and Gemma, and the notion of human interaction with AI compared to basic human interaction and how that could impede growth was interesting to see in this movie. This is certainly no deep dive, but it does effectively pass the time until this movie kicks into gear.
This is M3GAN.
Hi, M3GAN. I'm Katie. It's nice to meet you, Katie. Do you want to hang out? Okay.
I enjoyed the performances from everybody. I thought Williams and McGraw were both solid in the leads. Their uneasy rapport with one another, to me, felt natural to their situation that's been thrown at them. Gemma is a workaholic, so it's clear she didn't spend much time with the family. Both her and Katie are thrown into this situation, not really knowing each other, and I thought the performances overall did a good job of capturing all the waves of different emotions and the stressors that can result from this tragedy. But to me, really, Ronnie Chang was the scene stealer as Gemma's high-energy boss David. I thought he worked the humor extremely well, and he delivered a handful of laughable moments. And that was what this movie really thrived on, because unlike a lot of other killer doll movies, M3GAN delivers an impressive blend of both humor and thrills. From the dialogue to frequent situations to musical cues, this movie just times its humor almost flawlessly, which makes M3GAN a comically creepy thrill ride. Now, as for the flaws, they were minimal, but this movie does take a little bit to get going out of the gate. It weaves awesome anticipation for what's to come. The dark humor builds an appealing atmosphere. It really does set a nice tone, and along with the story, I think the time does pass consistently. However, it just takes a bit for M3GAN to get going. Once this movie puts its foot on the gas, it is a wild ride, but personally, I would have liked this acceleration to come a little bit sooner. I also do think the PG-13 rating was a bit of a limitation as well, because the kills are fun, but they're also a bit tame at the same time and just too infrequent overall. But like I said, they were minimal because regardless of that, I had a lot of fun with M3GAN. I thought the energy and the mood of the movie was a treat. It's a better dark comedy than it is a horror thriller, but the combination of both was a success, and that PG-13 rating will allow it to appeal to wider audiences, so I recommend checking out M3GAN, and I'll give it a solid B-. And that's my video for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know down in the comments what some of your favorite killer doll movies are, and be on the lookout for more videos coming soon. I'm going to be covering the House Party reboot that's coming out next week. I have a throwback review of Van Damme's Sudden Death from the 90s coming soon as well. Also a review for Gerard Butler's new action movie Plane. So until then, thank you guys so much for your support. I'll catch you guys soon, and I'll see you at the movies.
It's Jack Burton in the Pork Chop Express, and I'm talking to whoever's listening out there.
Survive a war, you gotta become war.
I suppose we have to register you as a lethal weapon.
You trying to say Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball?